Today is Tuesday, which obviously means it is update day, and today we got a quite packed update. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Alright, so let's start with the smallest piece in this update, and that is the FNCS trophy. It is actually the only prop that we got in this update. Even though it says the FNCS prop gallery, I don't really see anything else than the prop in here. I personally think it looks really cool, and especially if you like building competitive maps and maybe have this displayed as like kind of like you can win this or something, I think it's really cool. But it's obviously just one prop. But we have a lot more in this update. When it comes down to weapons and items that we got, we have the new grappler in the game, and from my understanding this seems like just a normal grappler with the option to glide at the end, so kind of like the Batman one but just with the normal glider, so the non-copyrighted version, which technically now means that we have all the grapplers. We have the grapple bow, the grapple glider, the grapple glove, and immediately consumables we have obviously Sky's grappler and the original one. But we also got the dialer drop from the last update, which was added to BR only but not to creative, but this time we also have it. As you can see, we can call it, and then we can call either a health pack drop, a supply drop, or the vehicle drop, and that will obviously then grant you a vehicle. However, let's move on to the highlights of the update, and that is actually two devices, and the first one is the long-awaited class selector UI. Alright, so this one is basically just a visual thing that allows you to make classes a little bit more custom. And this is how it will look if you set up the class selector in-game. You will be greeted with a new UI pop-up, and then you can basically select all the classes that you have. For example, I have the Giga Chats and the Sigma Mares right here, and then you can select the classes, you will get the classes. Just a really cool way to make classes a little bit more custom. Also, the device is really simple to set up. It's really simple actually. So basically, the first one is the label here, which is like just like how they're called. So you can call them adventurers or heroes, classes. You can even have a custom label. So for example, if you want to call them Giga Chats, that is just a label that is on top of your classes. That is actually not how you name the classes. You still have to go into the class and make your classes custom. So for example, if you want to go in here, name the class Giga Chats, give them a specific class identifier, and then obviously make the class, put in weapons, and then you can select these classes. This thing will obviously not grant you any classes if you don't have any classes set up, so make sure that you always use the class designer to make your classes. But other than that, the device is super simple. So by default, this is actually set to immediately pop up when the game starts, so if you want to have this like on custom, you make sure that you put manually on here. Other than that, there's nothing really special here. It's very basic setup, enable, disable, show pop-up. It is really simple and really cool, really easy to set up. Just a cooler way to make Fortnite a little bit more custom. And the next new device comes with three devices, which are all the same but look different, and these are the D launchers. No, D does not stand for Dorito here, but for directions. This one is really cool because we can finally have a direction like specific on the point where we can launch players. Obviously with the vent launch pad and all the other stuff, which was really just a guessing game. On these launch pads, you fly exactly where you want them to be at the end. So for example, you can see all of these curves are right here, and I will fly exactly on that curve. So I guess these are just more advanced launch pads, which have a lot more options. You can even have classes, you know, creatures, animals, basically just really advanced ones. And you can even have them set up on channels. So it's really cool update to the launch pads, I guess. And they obviously come in three styles, but they are basically all the same. There also have been a few updates to Creative Royale. First and most foremost, we got the health power up and the melee designer now in Creative Royale, so you can actually now create melee weapons for the game, which was not in the game previously, which is really weird, but now it's actually here and we can use it. Nothing changed obviously on these two devices. And if you go into the loot controller, there's also now the option for the big battle loot pool, which is obviously the new game mode in Fortnite BR. So that's the 40v40 mode. You can also select that in here and basically create the game mode within Creative Royale. But there also have been a few informations about Creative 2.0 / the Unreal Engine Fortnite. From Tim Sweeney himself, which first of all confirms that the Unreal Engine should come out in late January 2023. And then also after being asked if the new creator economy, which basically is assuming the new way to pay creators in Fortnite Creative, will also come with the Fortnite Unreal Engine / Creative 2.0, he basically confirmed that as well. So it's coming both together. And also after being asked which language you should learn if you want to prepare for the Unreal Engine, or basically learn to prepare for the Unreal Engine Fortnite, he said that you should look into JavaScript or C#. But that wraps it up for this update. Obviously, with the chapter coming soon, so I'm really excited to see what Fortnite has in store for us in the next chapter. And with that being said, I'm out and bye.